They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. On first down, it's Newton. Again, it's Johnson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On second down now, it's Taylor. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Newton to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And the Steelers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Now Newton. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is now 24. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Johnson on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. They'll run on first down. Taylor, and just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They fake the give. Newton. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And the Steelers on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Newton. Out to his left. And it's caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Steelers are moving closer to a 15-0 record as they extend their lead here. As that lead... swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So the Chiefs offense heads out. There's a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And one thing we do know, they will be a part of the playoffs come January. They have clinched the AFC West.
And that feels good for them, but they feel like their work is far from done because as it stands right now, they won't have the first-round bye. But a lot of teams will tell you that's okay with us. We just want to get to the playoffs and from that point on.
Throwing again on Mahomes. Screenplay, McKinnon. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen to the deep. Been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Running it with a fullback, Burton. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The fullback dive held up short. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. And that was just brute strength against brute strength and defensive brute one out there.
We often talk about leverage in a game. Offensive line versus defensive line. Who can get lower and create some space? In this case, as you pointed out, the defensive line got it done.
Well, they went to the fullback dive, could not get the first. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, rubbing the tackle,
And yes, they want the point, so they... decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and the lead will swell by one more. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. On first down, Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now Mahomes. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. On 2nd and goal, Mahomes toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Cornell Powell there, but now it's 3rd and goal.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
Partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's open like a track relay. 3 and 4, that first guy steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's yards. He is feeling good.
He's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see him back. Just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there's going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Steps away. Cam fighting. He lost toss the football. It's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
The end result, 21 yards. Throwing here, Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And this one taken in on the right sideline. Not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
2nd down and goal. Newton, and this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the...
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Johnson to return it. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Steelers, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati.
Last season, the Browns won their first game at Heinz Field in 16 years. Can Cleveland go back-to-back with another win in Pittsburgh? We'll find out next on EA Sports.
It is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in at 15-0, one win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns set to go on offense for the first time, led by Baker Mayfield in his fourth season now from Oklahoma.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
First down, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. T.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have its hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go under pressure, and they got to him again? Emmanuel Ogbah, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Emmanuel Ogbah, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession. They'll be led out by the 2015 NFL Most Valuable Player in his 11th season in the league, 32-year-old Cam Newton.
Partner, do we still count this as the holiday season?
A little bit of a gray area, but I think you can.
Okay, well, we just passed it, right? Well, the gifts keep coming to our guy, don't they?
They do.
I mean, think about this now. Clinch the playoff spot, Offensive Player of the Week in Week 16. I think he's going to keep going. I think he's going to keep firing away. I don't think they pull back at all.
Yeah, and everybody for them rounding into form right now. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
I'm the best in the game.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jonathan Taylor, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Steelers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And the division title, that's out of reach. We know that. This is as good a spot, Charles, as they're going to get. That first wild card and the number 5 overall seed.
Partner's not out of the question, especially with the 7 seeds that they have now in the playoffs. If you do win and the other wild card teams win in the first... You could find yourself with a home game in the divisional round. Now, we know that's not likely, but it's not out of the question. Bottom line, you have to win to put yourself in that position.
Mayfield off the play fake. Going deep here for Landry. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the map.
Now Mayfield lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. On 1st down, it's Taylor. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Newton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So, Charles, you know, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite.
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown. Number 12 on the year. And the Steelers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now 14-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. As the offense comes out, we put our Madden spotlight on Baker Mayfield. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it?
The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And 3 yards there takes him to the 40. This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
It's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw, Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. An explosive. Yard pickup. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb and running with power here.
And the Browns are going to be set up with a first and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Mayfield.
That's not exactly how they drew that one up. More practiced it because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up second and third down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for third and goal. Caught left side. It's Beckham. Call it a gain of 12, but
mark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Rosas' kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon, and think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Off-play action. Newton. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. And play. Like this, that's exactly why you take a Kyle Pitts with a 4th overall pick. So exciting with the ball in his hands, and he showed it off there. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Back to throw, Newton. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jonathan Taylor, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Play fake. Mayfield. His throw incomplete. Beckham, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Mayfield now. Swings this out for Hunt. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. On the handoff, Taylor, and very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
21 yards there on third down. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 34. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
52 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year.
On 1st down, Newton.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. From the red zone now, Newton.
He'll get this off to Taylor.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Second and 11 now.
Taylor. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Off the option, here's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. A chance to really cap off a big first half here. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Jonathan Taylor
with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year.
And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to...
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And the catch made by Johnson. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
A shotgun snap for Newton. That's going to be caught by Pitts. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
These two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the visiting Steelers who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Pittsburgh.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here. Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
He'll get 3 up to midfield.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They fake the give. Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Mayfield looks to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Mayfield to throw it. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's Jamie Gillendow, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. And you've already scored 3 times. You want 4. You want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. 39 yards there, a big one.
when they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Andrew Billings busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Newton. And he is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
97 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that will extend this big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
The Browns drive about to get started.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drill.
They got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Back now in Pittsburgh, and that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. First down, Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Throwing, Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that, and wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it,
they're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. These guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. They'll run. It's Taylor. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Taylor. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Steelers are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead will swell by one more. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. They shakes him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Here's Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI call at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to.
Now Mayfield lost the football.
A lot. Bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield over the middle, complete. It's Hunt. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. T.J. Watt in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22. Jamie Gillen now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but, boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
We got this.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out, and they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Kyler Fackrell. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. But Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 20. Yard line. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Sideline throw, that's caught by Landry. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okuda. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st down, Taylor. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Taylor. He gets away from 1, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Newton's going to throw it. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will... Football back. The Browns drive about to get started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the...
And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Darius Slay with a pick. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, it hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working.